Alright guys, good to see you. Merry Christmas. Last week before schools break up, I think some of you at Fanshawe might actually just be your last day at school with this going out this morning. So I really pray you have a great Christmas. I know it's all a bit odd still at the moment, but I hope you have a good week. We're still going through Everyday Supernatural. Page 92, just literally a few sentences. Tongues and interpretation of tongues. As I've said in past few weeks, Mike and Andy are given a really quick overview of these things, and then we're going to delve in much deeper in the second half of these books. So what is tongues? Tongues is when somebody speaks in a language that they don't understand. We read in the Bible 1 Corinthians 13 chapter 13 verse 1. Sometimes that's in the language of angels. Sometimes it is a foreign language. I've heard of people who've been praying in tongues, and as they speak in tongues, people who are foreign can understand them. I know of a Chinese guy who heard an English guy, or an American guy, I think it was, speaking in tongues, and he was like, "You're speaking in fluent Chinese." And this guy had never spoken Chinese, but it's God, and it's God's language, and talking in tongues. And interpreting in tongues is simple. It's when someone hears what someone says, and God, that they may not understand, but God tells them what it is they're being said, so that can be shared with a group. And then in church, we don't, very rarely we hear people speaking in tongues in our church, but at churches that I've been at in the past, sometimes people would stand up and would speak in tongues, and you would then wait for an interpretation. You would then wait for somebody to interpret what God has said, and they then speak that out. So that's what it is. It's a bit funny, it's a bit odd, it sounds a bit funny, it is a bit odd, but it's totally cool. And loads of people who will speak in tongues. I pray in tongues regularly, probably daily. I pray in tongues, and that's me communicating with God. We're going to dive into this next year in a bit more detail about tongues. So that's all for me. I'm now off for Christmas. I'm going to have some time off. Obviously we've moved into a new house. I just filmed in our old house, moved into the new house, and I've got a really busy Christmas lined up. So I pray you have a really good, blessed Christmas. Have a really good time with family and friends. And just remember that Jesus is the reason for the season. That's why we're celebrating Christmas Day. Those gifts that we open under the tree are there to remind us of the gift of Jesus that God gave so that we could be put right with him. So have a good Christmas, and I'll see you all next year. Keep well. Bye.